I smacked my nephew for spitting on me, and now my family's mad. Hey Reddit, I, 34M, really need some outside perspective because I'm feeling like crap about something that happened today. I ended up smacking my nephew, 14M, on the back of the head after he spat on me at a family dinner, and now my whole family is acting like I'm some kind of monster. I don't think I'm in the wrong, but I'm starting to second-guess myself, and the guilt's creeping in. This is going to be a bit long, but I need to unpack it and figure out if I screwed up. So a bit of background. I'm a single guy, no kids, and I'm pretty close with my family. Mom, dad, older sister, 38F, and her 2 kids, including the nephew in question. Let's call him Jake. My sister and her husband live about 20 minutes away, so we get together a lot for Sunday dinners, holidays, or just random cookouts. Jake's always been a handful, super energetic, a bit of a class clown, always pushing buttons to get a laugh. I've known him since he was a baby, and we usually get along great. I'll toss a football with him in the backyard, play some Xbox, or joke around about his obsession with TikTok trends. But lately, he's been leaning hard into this teenage phase where he's testing boundaries, acting cocky, and doing stuff that's straight up disrespectful. He's also shot up to like 5 feet 11 inches, a good 3 inches taller than me, so I sometimes forget he's still just 14 and not some full-grown dude. Today was one of our usual family dinners at my parents' house. Nothing fancy, just burgers, potato salad, and some beers for the adults. We're all sitting around the dining table. Me, my parents, my sister, her husband, Jake, and his younger sister, 10F. It's the typical loud, chaotic family vibe. My dad's telling some old story about his high school football days, my mom's fussing over everyone's plates, and Jake's messing around, as usual. At one point, I notice he's doing this gross thing where he's squirting saliva out from under his tongue, like a freaking water gun, aiming at people across the table. He's not full-on spitting globs, but it's this deliberate, annoying spray, and he's giggling like it's the funniest thing ever. He hits his little sister first, and she squeals and swats at him. My sister tells him to knock it off, but she's half laughing, so he doesn't take it seriously. Then he turns and does it to my dad, who just grumbles and wipes his arm but doesn't make a big deal. Then it's my turn. I'm mid-bite of my burger, and I feel this wet splat on my cheek. I look over, and Jake's grinning like he just pulled off the prank of the century. I was instantly grossed out. Like, who spits on someone at the dinner table? I jumped up, cussing under my breath, and headed to the kitchen to grab a paper towel and wash my face at the sink. I'm not a germaphobe or anything, but getting sprayed with someone's saliva is nasty, especially when you're just trying to eat. As I'm walking back to my seat, I pass behind Jake's chair, and without even thinking, I give him a quick smack on the back of the head with an open hand. It wasn't hard. Not like I was trying to hurt him, just a reflex, like you'd swat a buddy for saying something dumb. I didn't even pause to look at him. I just sat back down and kept eating. But then I noticed the table's gone quiet. My sister's staring at me like I just kicked her dog. My mom's got this shocked look, and my dad's shaking his head. Jake's rubbing the back of his head, not crying or anything, but he's got this sulky expression. My sister goes, "Did you just hit my kid?" I laughed at first because I thought she was being dramatic, but she wasn't joking. She starts laying into me, saying I had no right to discipline someone else's child, and that I crossed a line. My mom chimes in, saying I should have just told Jake to stop instead of getting physical. Even my brother-in-law, who's usually chill, is giving me this disappointed look. I tried to explain that it wasn't a big deal, just a light tap, not like I hauled off and decked him, but they weren't having it. Jake, meanwhile, is milking the moment, acting all wounded, which just pissed me off more because he's the one who spat on me. The rest of dinner was super awkward. My sister took the kids and left early, and my parents kept giving me these lectures about how I need to think before I act, and how Jake's just a kid. I ended up grabbing my jacket and heading home, but now I'm sitting here replaying it all, and I feel like garbage. I'm not some aggressive dude. I've never been in a fight, I don't yell at people, and I'm not out here smacking kids left and right. But I can't lie. I felt so disrespected when Jake spat on me. It wasn't just the spit. It was the way he laughed about it, like he knew he could get away with it. And yeah, maybe I forgot he's still a kid, because he's taller than me and acts like he's hot stuff half the time. But did I really overreact? Part of me thinks my family's blowing this out of proportion. Growing up, My dad would have popped me way harder for something like that, and I turned out fine. It's not like I left a mark or made Jake cry. But then I think about how I'd feel if someone else disciplined my kid if I had one, and I get why my sister's mad. I also wonder if I embarrassed Jake in front of everyone, which wasn't my intention. I texted my sister to apologize, just saying I didn't mean to upset anyone, and I was just grossed out, but she hasn't responded yet. My mom called and said I should give Jake some space and maybe bring him a milkshake or something to smooth things over, but I'm not sure if that's the right move. I guess what I'm asking is, was I the asshole here? Is it fair to say I overreacted by smacking him, even if it was light? Should I have just yelled at him or ignored it? And how do I fix this with my family without looking like I'm groveling when I still think Jake was out of line? I don't want this to turn into some big family feud, but I also don't think I'm 100% wrong. Any advice would be awesome. I'm kind of lost. TLDR, my nephew, 14M, spat on me at a family dinner, and I, 34M, smacked him lightly on the back of the head as a reflex. My family's pissed, saying I shouldn't discipline someone else's kid, and now I feel awful but also think he was disrespectful. Did I overreact? And how do I fix this?